Am I live? It looks like I am, which is good news. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Looks like everything's working just fine. Maybe if I can I turn myself up a bit? I feel like I'm really quiet. Am I really quiet? Looks like it doesn't go up that much more. I feel like I can change this, right? I feel like I can change this. Okay, I should be able to, surely. Okay, that didn't work. No, that didn't work either. Yeah, okay. I mean, I know you guys can hear me, but I'm not sure how loud I am. Also, it does look like my camera's a bit off. And there's a lot of really weird stuff. I have a time code under my stream for like the full stream. And I don't know why, because obviously I'm streaming right now. So I couldn't tell you. But either way, today I'm covering Matthew 12, as you can see. And we're going to be talking about some Greek stuff. And I have some special stuff for you today. And by special, I mean one extra special thing. So usually I have with me multiple Greek New Testaments. I have the version that I have on my computer, but I also have physical copies as well. I also have Roger Olbenson's Guide to the Greek New Testament. And today I brought with me this. Can't see what that is. It's BDAG. That's what it is. It's BDAG. BDAG is like the New Testament Greek lexicon that you want. Now, I usually use LSJ. It's far more expansive, but if you want specific to the New Testament, you should probably use BDAG. You should at least use both, honestly. I use both when I have to, but usually I use LSJ. It just gives a more expansive range of meanings. But that is what I'm using today. Not just that alone, but I did pull up one section. In fact, one section at the very beginning that seems to be that I might need it for, because LSJ doesn't actually have much on it. It has the citation in Luke, actually, but we're gonna need it. I'll show you in a second here. So there's this. The word is psoko, and there it does appear in Luke, even though we're covering Matthew today. But there is a variation to Matthew that adds the verse including psoko from Luke to Matthew, just to make it line up closer. So we're going to be covering over that in just a second. Not much going on in the news. We got, or the news, my own personal news. You can go somewhere else for actual news. But, man, I've just been doing so much. I am back on the content grind, working on some of this stuff. I picked up where I left off, I should say, on my work on the Council of Rome in 382, and especially the Galatian/Damascene Decree. It's very, very fishy. Let me tell you that. It's very fishy. So I think it's going to be a fun episode. I hope everyone's doing well. I got not much else, right? Working on this commentary, working on that video. I want to hop back into the Melchizedek one, but the Melchizedek one was already so research intensive. I have to at least reread all my notes to remind myself of everything. So I'll get to that one eventually, but I have half of the work done. So yeah, I see we got Chrissy, we got Matthew, we got Ryan in the chat. Hello everyone, welcome in. Covering some Greek text today, and excited to get some more use out of not LSJ, BDAG, the Greek English lexicon of the New Testament. There we go. I was gonna mess that up, but BDAG is short for the authors. But they did. I think I actually told this joke to Chrissy a long time ago. They really missed out on the opportunity to call it D-bag, which would have been a lot funnier. But they just didn't. Sucks for them. So let's see what we got on the agenda today. So on my regular agenda, we're doing the Bible, but on my gay agenda, we're doing other parts of the Bible. All right, let's see if I can get this to work. I'm sure if you were here last time, you know that we had some camera freezing. I don't think it froze this time, right? I think we're back at it. I don't think we froze. Just watching back the stream here. And do you guys hear me okay? If you guys don't hear me okay, if I'm really quiet, tell me. I'm going to try to fix it. Because I want to be able to actually be heard. Like, I assume I'm probably around the same volume as I am on Blasphemer's Bible, but there's no way for me to be sure right now. So definitely let me know. You guys hear me? Okay, good. Cat, you can't go in there. There's this door back there, and it's just a closet. It's got nothing in there for him, but he always wants to go in there for some reason. There's nothing in there for him. There's nothing special. Cat, would you knock it off? Come here, buddy. You can annoy me on stream, or not. Okay. He'll tire himself out. All right, so let's take a look at some of this that we got going on today. Post about potential solution for lag and such. Lag? What am I lagging? Is that an issue? I mean, I know it kind of looks like I'm a little bit grainy, but there might be a way to fix that. But I am gonna hop into also Stardust Lilith. Good to see you here. So let's hop into some of these readings, shall we? So I already did the translation, but this is part 2 of my actual commentary, where I am going over the textual notes. So I've been over this before. I'll go over it again in a little bit. So this is called a synopsis. If you haven't seen one, it's where they have all the gospels side by side. Now sometimes you're gonna have a gospel that doesn't have a parallel story, as you can see here at the very end. John has nothing for this, or nothing paralleled for this, but then there are plenty that are shared among all 4 gospels. The majority of things you're gonna find in the triple tradition, which is unsurprisingly the synoptics. Sometimes you'll find a double tradition for any one of these 2, or any combination of these 3. And one of the fun things that we'll be getting into is something like minor agreements, where you have where both Matthew and Luke contain a reading that Mark does not. So there is that's probably some of them are stronger than others, but that might be the strongest case against something like the 2 gospel hypothesis, which has Mark and Q, and then Matthew uses Mark and Q, and then Luke also uses Mark and Q without using Matthew. Now, I have personally recently liked Matthean posteriority as a hypothesis. I don't think I'll be making a video on that one anytime soon. Might take a while before I have enough info to do that, but either way, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So yeah, in that time, Jesus. Oh, whoops. Jesus went through the. I think this is the grain field, something like that. I don't have field, or through the grains. On the Sabbath. Yeah, he traveled through the grain fields on the Sabbath. But his disciples were hungry and began to pick grain and eat. Yeah, his disciples were hungry and began to pick grain and eat. So this little note right here, this little T, that one, that's just a marker to show an insertion into the text right here. And if we go down to verse 1 here, we'll see right next to this, we just see the preposition en. So it's just in, right? In this context, it would be on. So on the Sabbath. But this is in the dative. You don't necessarily need that. It can sometimes be assumed. But they probably just added it for clarity. Also, Cat, what are you meowing about? Where are you? He's meowing about something. He's always mad about something. That's just how it is in this house. So yeah, it's not like a big, it's not like a big addition, right? So it's like something like this, something this small, I probably won't even add in my commentary. So I think that, you know what I want to talk about? You know what? That's fine. This is an educational stream, covering some Greek texts, and I don't know, just helping people find their way through this this weird maze. But Cat, what is the matter with you? Oh, I see. I see what you want. He wants to get into the ceiling. He wants to get into the ceiling. There is, like, you know, in one of these tiles, there's like this little tiny gap, and he's like, I know there's something in that gap. Let me in that gap. I don't do it, because then he's gonna always want to go up there. Hey, Kashak, stop. Come here. Come here. This guy's insane. I swear he's out of his mind. See, and he always does this thing too, where he gets stuck. He gets stuck in the, like, you know, with his. We need to trim his nails, but he gets stuck with his nails in the couch. So now I gotta help him because he's incompetent. Oh, come on, Cat. Come on. Look at him. Look at him. Say hello. Cat, say hello. Chat says hello. Say it back. No? You don't want to say it back? Ugh. I guess he doesn't want to say it back. Ugh. Does not want to say it back. He is free. I freed him from his weird prison, but he's free now. All right. So little notes like this, I probably am not going to even add into my commentary, right? Because, like, there's no effective change in most of these. Sometimes it's just grammatical. Sometimes it's just like, oh, let's add a preposition here or a pronoun here just to make the text a little bit more clear. So let's see. Yeah, to pluck grain. I think this one as well. We see the addition of an article here. So instead of just to pluck grain, it would be to pluck the grain. So it's not like a big change, right? And a lot of these notes are exactly that. So it's not huge to actually note. Now this one, on the other hand, you can see here T1. So if we go down, or it's not a T, right? But this is going to be the third one of this verse. So where we go down here to Matthew 1, this line right here, and we find that same symbol. So in this case, T1, and see the insertion. So what is usually in the Greek text, and we already covered it. You know, he began to and they began to pick grain and eat. Now, and I'm gonna write this one down in my commentary. Okay, so yeah, began to pick grain and eat. Where it says here to pick grain, after it says to pick grain, this edition says and okay, so and the hands of them, so their hands. So a little bit of note here. So this is in the infinitive, and so this just means two, right? So here we have what they began to do. So they began to eat. So you can. This is a very common thing in a lot of languages that aren't English. You can skip these things. You can skip like a lot of words. So they began to pluck and to eat. So the verb began would be applied to both plucking and eating. But in the addition, this is from the word psoko, which honestly LSJ, that's Liddell Scott. Wait, hold on, Liddell Scott Johnson, I think. That dictionary doesn't really have much. In fact, the only thing that it has for psoko is like, honestly, I don't want to translate it this way. It says rub out in that dictionary, and I don't really want to write rub out. I know that's not right, but the idea is that they are they'll be rubbing their hands, or they are rubbing with their hands. Let's see for a second here. Where am I? Yeah, they began to pick grain and eat. And then if I go back to this one, yeah, they began to pick grain. And this is in the... Yeah, and began to... is this to rub? Yeah, to rub some... This is what it says in LSJ. To rub something under pressure so as to make it smaller. Rub so as to thresh or separate the seed from its husk. So that's probably what they're doing here. Yeah, to eat the grain, rubbing their hands. Yeah, okay. Yeah, rubbing their hands. So this is, if we go to the parallel text in Luke, we can see that while the forms are a little bit different, that one of the editors, I should say, of Matthew 12 decided, and this is actually specifically in the Syriac, we see, one Syriac manuscript, actually takes the stuff that's written here and adds it to Matthew. And this happens a lot. So that, I think, is a significant change. So I'm going to write that in my commentary, at least. So at least in verse 1. So after, what was it? After to pick grain. Yeah, this is kind of the monotony of this. So we have one Syriac manuscript. Adds, what was it? It began to pick grain and to, I guess how would I translate that though, right? I mean, I guess I can say to rub, but I should know what that means, right? I probably should. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm not sure if there's like an actual practice to whatever they're doing here, if it has a name. So I'm gonna look back into that. I'm sure I'll find a commentary that goes into it. Yeah, so one Syriac manuscript adds and to, yeah, I'll put this down for now. But I am going to also note that this is in BDAG and the page, obviously. But this is the monotony. So we have plenty of stuff that we can still go over. Let's see. No, sorry, Matthew, I don't. At least not here. At least not here on stream. I don't want to rub one out. But maybe perhaps later. But either way, I think it's a weird translation, right? Because I think that the translators for like the NRSVU, the NRSVUE, they also use like the rubbing imagery. But I still feel like that's weird. I want to learn more about what the hell the thing is that they're doing. I don't have much of a green thumb, so I couldn't tell you. Nor have I really worked with like wheat all that much in my life. So like I have no idea what the hell that even means. But yeah, like the actual form in LSJ, the translation, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I'll leave that as it is for now, while noting. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to get banned. That'd be bad. That'd be bad after everything that's happened already. I don't need to get banned on top of that. I don't need to get actually banned. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so now if we hop onto verse 2, because so they began to, because this is in the dative, right? So they began to rub with their hands, unless it goes with it. Yeah, I think you probably rub with their hands. Yeah, they began to rub with their hands. Not rub one out, at least not yet. So we continue on, and you know what? I have this set up, so I'm just gonna smoke. Mostly concentrating on translating. I already did the translation. Yeah. So but the Pharisees, after seeing this, said to him, "The thing which your students are doing is not permitted to be done on the Sabbath." With the Pharisees, I usually translate this as after seeing, because it is the participle, but it's also in the aorist. Aorist forms are supposed to be, they're supposed to represent punctiliar action, so happening at one point in time. So that can usually be represented by after or when, something like that. So you could translate this as when, but in order to maintain the participle, I just write like after seeing, because it maintains both functions of that. Now I have to add this, the referent, right? So because it says the Pharisees after seeing said to him. However, in English that doesn't really work. So we have to add this after seeing this. Let's see what it says here for verse 2. This one, it looks like after seeing them, or these things. This is in the plural. Autus. So after seeing these things, that might be a way to translate it, yeah. And said to him, wait, hold on. Did I really miss this? No. No way I missed that. Is this in the... Wait, hold on. So this is your disciples, right? Your disciples are doing what is not permitted to do on the Sabbath. This is what I'm wondering about. Did I forget this? Because this is actually important. So that word comes from orao, which means to see, or like I see. Now the issue I'm having is I somehow, because because this is a different text than the one I used. So the one I used is this one. It's a UBS 5. So if I go to Matthew 12:1, or 12:2, I should say. Oh yeah, I did miss it. Yeah, I did miss it. So wait, hold on. Yeah, I did miss it. This should be behold. This is behold. This is an imperative. So behold, your students, are doing what is not permitted to do on the Sabbath. So I missed the behold, guys. It's really good that I'm going over this, honestly. If I missed the behold, I would have been very sad. I was thinking, oh, maybe it's in this text, but then like the later edition, didn't include it. Thought it wasn't original. So that's absolutely going in there. Yeah, behold, the thing, which your students are doing. Wait, am I looking at that right? Yeah, I guess you could do it that way. Yeah, the thing which your students are doing. So your students are doing that which is not permitted to be done. Yeah. Okay. I guess that's fine, right? Or your students are doing that which is not permitted to be done is another way. Okay. I guess it's fine, right? How much does the meaning change for that, do you think? Because I have in my translation already. The thing which your students are doing is not permitted to be done on the Sabbath. But from the text, it's your students are doing that which is not to be done on the Sabbath. That which is not permitted to do on the Sabbath. I don't know how effectively that changes the translation. Yeah, I know, right? How could I miss a behold? I definitely wouldn't want to do that. So I'm definitely going to. I've already edited it. I've already changed my translation. So that now has a behold in it. So let's see what I can do here. I can go. I think maybe if I stick with the actual forms, right? So yeah, behold your disciples do that which is not permitted to do on the Sabbath. Yeah. Yeah, so your disciples do that which is not permitted to be done on the Sabbath. Okay, that feels better. I feel better about that. And it looks like on the Sabbath is actually missing in some manuscripts. See this little box here with the little dash at the end? That means that this section has, from the box to the dash, has been left out in some manuscripts. So in some Syriac ones, but also a few others, I don't actually know what these are. I'll have to check. Actually, let me do that right now. So I think it's in here somewhere. What version is that? I don't know what version that is. But it looks like it is from the 8th and 9th centuries. Wait, hold on. Which number is that? That's FF1, so that's from the 8th century. But I don't actually know which one it is. That's the bummer. Yeah, that doesn't help me. That doesn't help me at all. I'm sure someone can find it. I'm not sure exactly which manuscript that is, but it does say on my handy dandy cheat sheet that it is from the 8th century. All right, let's continue on here. Well, I should note that, yeah, in some manuscripts on the Sabbath is not included. I feel like that's significant enough, right? Like that's significant enough to warrant a comment. Yeah, I'll do it anyways. Okay. Let's see where we're at now. On verse 3. Let's see. But he said to them, oh yeah, this is the rhetorical question, right? Do you not read what David did? This is the one where he's talking about the showbread, I think. Yeah, the bread of the. Oh man, I forget what that word means. But it's that episode where he's talking about that. Yeah, have you not read what David did and the others with him when he was hungry? How did they enter into the house of God and eat the showbread when it was not for him, nor for those with him to eat, but for the priest alone? So verses 3 and 4 there. Let's see if there's anything significant, right? This is verse. So nothing in verse 3. Oh, nothing. Okay, let's see. The very beginning, right? What happens here? Oh, so they just specified Jesus, right? They just add the name Jesus here. So instead of just having the article, right, where we could just interpret it as he, some manuscripts include the name Jesus. So Jesus said to them. Then nothing really significant in that. And then in verse 4, we have these two here, where this little, I don't even know, this half of a box, I guess. This is to indicate that the word following this symbol has been changed in some manuscripts. Not omitted, changed. So let's see where we're at. Oh, okay. Hold on. So they change it. Oh, okay. So they just change the spelling sometimes. Okay. I don't actually think that makes a difference for the word. And the one for eating. Yeah, they just change into that's not significant. They just change the case. It's not really significant. Actually, they changed the case to match it with Mark. Yeah, they changed the case to match it with Mark, and Luke. See, so this is one of those times where we have an agreement between Mark and Luke that is different in Matthew. That might be noteworthy. It's probably not, honestly, but I'm going to note it anyways. Yeah. The case for eat. Is different than in Mark and Luke. Okay. I don't really know if that's significant, but yeah, significant enough. Well, maybe that was responding to an earlier thing that I asked. I don't know. But yeah, I think stuff like that is interesting to take note of, right? And this is like the nitty gritty little shit that I concern myself with. When for the most part this doesn't really matter, right? Like if there was if I posted like an edited video of me doing something like this, people would not sit around for long. They just wouldn't. It's not a very interesting thing to do or watch someone do, especially if you don't know the language. So let's see what else we got going on. All right. If we go down here, this replacement, this word, that appears in a lot of manuscripts actually, like a shit ton. Oh, here's actually something significant. Sometimes, at least in one manuscript, it says that he took elabin. He took the bread. He didn't eat it. He took it. So this is what, minuscule 892. That's actually significant. So minuscule. Yeah, minuscule 892. Yeah, he took the showbread. That's significant, at least to me. All right. Let's continue on. This one has a lot more significant stuff than I thought. Let's see. So if we go down to this next section, no, that's not a big deal. Let's go down to verse 5. Or did you not read in the law that the this is why this also says "n" here, so it'd also be understood as on the Sabbath. In the law that on the Sabbath, but again, because it's in the dative, you can also just you can use on as a what, I forget the word for it, but there are like, it works for the case. For the case, it would be like to, for, or by, but you can also use on. So on the Sabbath, the priests in the temple, let's see, the priests in the temple. Oh, they desecrate. Sorry, that's right. The priests. Wait, what? You're not read in the law that on the Sabbath, the priests desecrate. Hold on. The priests desecrate the Sabbath and are guiltless. Am I reading this wrong? No. That on the Sabbath, the priests in the temple desecrate the Sabbath and are guiltless. Okay. So I'm gonna check now my version, because I didn't have in the temple translated. So this might just be another overlook of mine. I seem to have done that quite a bit. So we're looking at 12:5. So I'm going to use the text I was using. Yeah, the priest in the temple. Yeah. Okay. That's my bad. Yeah, that's my bad. See, it's good that I'm going over this, right? Yeah, have you not read in the law that on the Sabbath the priests in the temple desecrate the Sabbath, and are guiltless? Let's see if there's anything significant in verse 5. No. But I say to you, we see in verse 6 there's something already changed here. Nope, nothing significant. Just saying, like, the word but just changed for the word for. Like, so now instead of but I say to you, In another reading, it would be "for I say to you," which is not significant at all. Anyways, yeah, I say to you that something greater than the temple is here. Or I guess something has to be assumed, right? So this is like greater, I guess, something greater, and because this is in the genitive, you can use this as a comparative. So you could compare this like greater than the temple is here. So you can assume like a thing or something. So words like this, sometimes you have to give them a body, or you have to like add a word to complete the meaning of it, which can sometimes be very annoying. In fact, it's usually very annoying. Oh, so this is where they're quoting, I think, is it Hosea? I forget what they're quoting here. But if you had known what this means, and then they cite, I want mercy and not a sacrifice, you would have condemned the guiltless. You would have condemned the guiltless for the Lord. Yeah, for the Lord of the Sabbath is the Son of Man. And it doesn't look like there's anything significant there. Or actually nothing at all. So we can move on. Yeah, that's how tedious this is though, right? I'm only 1.5 hours away. Living in Rockford. Rockford's pretty close, yeah. I don't remember the last time I was in Rockford. I was in Schaumsburg not that long ago. Schaumsburg is a cool place. They have a very fancy hookah bar. There, the thing is, it's fancy for the hookahs that they have. They have Wooka hookahs, which are actually pretty rare. Like you don't find hookah bars with Wookas. It's really impossible to find those. They make like entire hookahs made of fruit, which I would never work there. That'd be a fucking pain in the ass. I work at a hookah bar now, and I can barely tolerate making a bowl out of a fruit, but to make the whole hookah out of a fruit, fuck that. I forget what it's called, but it's run by this Russian guy. So like when I go over there, like I can like talk to him. It's pretty small, but they don't even have a flavor menu, is the thing. And the reason they don't have a flavor menu is because, like in his words, people just tell me what they like. If they want something fruity or something sweet, or something like minty, like people just don't know what things taste like. I don't know if it's just an Illinois problem or what, but every other hookah bar I've ever been to, they have flavors on a menu. And so I was like, I don't know what to get when I'm here. I guess I'll just get like double apple or something because every hookah bar carries double apple. So it's it's a strange experience, but it's a chill place to be. They're pretty small, like physically, like a small location, but apparently it gets pretty busy at night. So I don't even know if they're still open. All right, let's but I might take another trip down there at some point. I usually do it for I think I just missed the window too. But if I do go down there, it's usually for like right after Ren Fair, because like Ren Fair is like right on the border. So I usually swing down there right after going, but I guess it's been since COVID started since I went there, so it's been years. As I go to Ren Fair all the fucking time. It's just been a while. And then, like, you know, depending on who I was with, you know, I would get them to join me to go over to Schaumsburg. It's a nice little town, though. Yeah, Bristol Ren Fair is awesome. Also, I don't know if you knew this, but they have a hookah spot at Ren Fair, and I think they should stop having it because oh my god, is it bad? Not like I know that the people that they hire for it are not like it's not like their thing. But could they at least hire someone that knows how to make a fucking hookah? It's not good there. Like the hookahs are, you know, hookahs being small, I can understand that. They're cheaper. And if you're just doing this thing like once a year, like it's not like whatever. Like I'm not gonna expect you to spend like good money on like good hookahs on like cams or something, right? So fine, small hookah, but there's a way to make a bowl. There's an art form to it. It's my job. That's what I do. That's my actual like out of YouTube job, if you want to call this a job at all. And there's an art form to it, and it sucks, and it just made me sad. Uh, and I wasn't gonna go up there and be like, "Hey, you guys are really bad at this," because they do not need that. They are working. So I smoked it anyways. Very Midwest of me. But either way, let's see where we're at here. Right. After he went from there, into their synagogue. Is that after that? I forget. Where am I? Yeah, they're not. They're really not the pinnacle of hookah tech. It really sucks. Yeah, after leaving from there, he went to their synagogues. Yep, he went into their synagogue plural. Or sorry, singular. Let's see this addition here. Nope. This is another case, right? So you have here, and after leaving from there, this is just a third person singular, so you can go like with like he went into the synagogue of theirs. So he went into their synagogue. But we saw this in the previous section. They would right here add Jesus with the article, by the way. So it literally says the Jesus, but you just don't translate it that way. So they would add Jesus here. So after leaving from there, Jesus went into their synagogue for it went into their synagogue, and Jesus is added there for clarity. So this happens a lot. Really not uncommon at all. Listen, you know what? There's a lot of stuff I need to start smoking. For right now, it's hookah. That's the thing that's going to kill me, and I've made my peace with that. All right. Yeah, and I damn well know I included this behold in here. I damn well know I included it, right? I gotta double check now if I included this behold. Yep, behold. There was a man having a paralyzed hand. They questioned him, saying, "Is it permitted to heal on the Sabbath?" So they could accuse him. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, behold. What's added here? A nice big gap, right? Okay, yeah, there was. And they add an article too, but that's not a big deal. A man having paralyzed hands. Or paralyzed hand. Wait, hold on. Man having a paralyzed hand. Okay. I came up to him saying, oh yeah, there was a man with a paralyzed hand. And so I went to him saying, or asking, like it's a saying, right? But whatever, it's not that big of a deal. If it is permitted on the Sabbath to heal. Yeah, in order that they could accuse him, or so they could bring like charges against him. So it looks like there is a replacement here after the word hand. And that replacement. Oh, this is right. Is this their right hand? I think this is the word right, like right, as in like right and left hand. I'm gonna double check, but I think that's the word. Dexion. I think that's what it is. Let me double check. I think that pops up a lot. Yeah. It's right hand. Interesting. Interesting addition. I'm guessing that would have some theological significance. So let's is the synagogue the building or the community? So since he's going, it's hard to tell. Like they definitely had buildings for it, but the buildings were not like the proper big synagogues, right? So in a way, it's both. Actually, hold on. Did they? No, they did. Yeah, they did. I just don't know how many they had or how often. I don't know how many they had. I guess it'd be the building. Yeah, it'd be the building. Especially if you want to, with the pronoun that's used here. Pronoun, no. Preposition that's used here. Would be in, like they went into. So yeah, I would say it's probably building, yeah. But I could totally see, because like, the idea of a synagogue is where everyone's like brought together. So it was like any place, like for a time, definitely it's totally true that like upon the origin of synagogues, like there would be a synagogue at any point there was like enough rabbis in a room. That's kind of how it started. So yeah, I would say that the addition of being his right hand in the Syriac tradition, 2 Syriac manuscripts actually. Oh, this is weird. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so 2 Syriac manuscripts at least, clearly say that it would be his right hand. Also, Chrissy is back finally. So yeah, specifically Syriac manuscripts here say that it's specifically his right hand, which I think it might be theologically significant. And we'll take that with the next section here real quick while I write this down. And behold, there was a man having a paralyzed hand. So yeah, in verse 10 here, some Syriac manuscripts identify the hand as his right hand. So if we also look at this next section here, so if we see right here, this is just the word right, like his right hand. This is in, what is it, Syriac? Is that S or G? God damn, I can barely fucking read that shit. Let's this is a zoom in button. There it is. That's huge. It looks like an S, right? That looks like an S. That's also fucking enormous. So it also looks like in one of those manuscripts, to heal is missing. So, or sorry. this entire not even to heal, on permitted to heal on the Sabbath is missing. So it says like the man with the paralyzed right hand was there, and they came up to him, they questioned him, saying, if it is permitted, in order to accuse him. That's what that Syriac manuscript says. So it's interesting that, like, what's the charge that they're trying to bring? Like I think that's a pretty significant fuck up. Coptic or nothing, yeah. Hey Chrissy, if I hop into a Discord call, would you go in there and do some Greek with me? I think that'll be fun. We can chat about the significance of some of these additions, and I guess some of their omissions as well. But I'm going to write this one down for now. So one of those Syriac manuscripts just removes that as well, which is very funny to me. So is that also in verse 10? It is, yes. Yeah, so one of those ones, yeah, they would also, it still says, is it permitted? But it doesn't say to heal on the Sabbath. Which, yeah, to me, there's some theological importance there. Oh shit, where the hell am I? Okay. I have so many tabs open. Just embarrass yourself? Yeah, that's fine. I was gonna have Kip on here at some point. And I mean, I know that he knows Greek, but like obviously he doesn't usually concentrate on Greek. You know what? That's fair, Chrissy. That's fair. Haven't concentrated on it since the Philemon book. That's perfectly fair. That's part of the reason I like doing these streams, because it gives me a reason to like keep going, right? Because if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So like, I have been like, if like some of my bathroom reading is like, what is it? Oh, my current bathroom reading is a Greek version of the infancy gospel of Thomas. So that's been a fun read in Greek. Getting through it kind of slowly, but you know what? I gotta keep going with it. So there's a great author. What's his name? I forget his first name, but it's Hadavas. And he makes these Greek readers, these reader editions, where you have here, it's the same kind of thing as with my Greek New Testament, where you have the Greek, right? Here, let me make sure you guys can see this. We gotta do this, and then this. Okay, where you have the Greek text. There it is. But then you go look at the bottom of the page, and you see translations for more uncommon Greek words. And I think that's a very useful tool. In this text, it's different, though, because they give you all the words that appear less than, less than 30 times? So that's what they give you in this one. Now, Hadavas's versions, they have the Greek words, but they only give you 5 occurrences of those Greek words. And after 5 occurrences, they're like, you should know what this means by now. We're gonna not give it to you. And I think that's a very helpful tool in learning Greek. It's probably a useful tool in learning a lot of languages, honestly. But I think more authors should do that, honestly. I think more texts from other languages should be published that way. We had to, what was it? My Greek 500 course text was Xenophon of Ephesus, an Ephesian tale, and it was from Hadavas, and he was doing exactly what I just described. It was a reader's edition. Very, very helpful stuff. But either way, let's continue on with some of this. Nothing else significant in verse 10. Let's see. He said to them, this be from one of the men. Okay. So he said to them, if there is a man from you who has one sheep and it falls into a ditch on the Sabbath, do you not grab it and pick it up? So it looks like there's quite a few things here. So let's see, verse 11 we're looking at. That's not significant. Man from you, there's a man from you who has one sheep. But it looks like there's a change here. Let's see where it is. See, keeping track of some of this stuff sucks. Okay, so they just use a different case for it. At least in some manuscripts. No, they just use a different form of if. An and a can both be ways to write. They're both ways to write conditional statements. This is omitted. Just the word "this" is omitted. On the Sabbath, into a ditch. Okay, so this last section here. This would be. Yeah, grab it and we'll grab it and lift it up, right? But in this case, it'd be grab it and pick it up. Let's see what this is replaced with. So these sections on the end here, this notation, means that this section in between is. Wait, hold on. Is this the one? I forget if this is the one that's switched. No, this is the one. Sorry. Yeah, this is the one that the entire section that is covered by them, like almost like a parentheses, is changed with something else. So this is. Oh, there are a few ways this appears. Yeah, does he not pick it up and lift it? Okay, so in some cases this is just see, kratesas. Did he not pick it up and lift it? Yeah, no. So it's nothing actually significant. Changing of word order, and a couple cases, and I don't really see that as a big deal, honestly. They change cases sometimes, either to make more sense to them, or for, like, I don't know, consistency's sake or something. It's a stylistic thing. It's not a big deal. Plato or nothing. Yeah, fuck off. Xenophon's actually fine. Like Xenophon of Ephesus is fine. You know what you should try reading in Greek? Thucydides. Try that one out for size. You're gonna want to die. It fucking sucks. So, nothing actually significant there. Just a word order change for the most part. Let's see. So verse 12 is where we're at. Therefore, how much more is a man than a sheep? So then it is permissible to do good on the Sabbath. Yeah, it is allowed on the Sabbath to do good. Looks like there's an addition here. Let's see, in verse 12. Oh, okay. So I think this would be like a word for like better. So is it not like better to do this? Or it's a I should say sorry. It's a comparative word. So yeah, how much more is actually fine, I guess. I don't think it actually changes the meaning in any way. But it does clarify because this on its own is not as clear. So I think the adding of malon is not actually a bad idea. Just to see, they were clarifying this shit too, right? Like sometimes we have to add words to clarify the text. They did too. Let's see. Then he said to the man, oh, yeah. Then he said to the man, stretch out your hand. Stretch it out, and it was made healthy like the other. Yeah, this like the other. Stretch it out, and looks like that's deleted. So this is like he stretched it out, and it was made. This is in the passive. It was made healthy, hugies, as the other. But it looks like, let's see what's omitted here. Looks like I think this is Italian or something. But I know for sure that the Syriac here, the Syriac versions that we have omit healthy. As the which is strange. Guessing you could interpret it as whole, right? Well, let's check. Okay, hold on. Now I gotta double check the meaning of this, because I just might be missing something. Where is it? Yeah, here we are. Yeah. It was made healthy, sound. Yeah, that makes sense. In this context, it would be healthy, right? Because we're talking about a paralyzed hand. It's working again, is the point. So, and then the phrase "like the other" is omitted in at least some manuscripts. So the Pharisees, oh, it looks like this entire section actually, not on that side, but this entire section, this as the Pharisees were going out, that is changed in something. So in verse 14 here, what is it changed to? Oh, okay, so it's not actually changed to anything, except we see that. Actually, hold on. Yeah, no, nothing significant. So here, I don't know how well you see it, if at all. These are just numbers, right? They changed word order. Not a big deal. Greek is not too concerned with the order of words. It's more like a puzzle that you put together based on the cases. All right. So still on verse. Still on verse 14. After going out, the Pharisees made a plan against him in order that they would kill him. And nothing significant there. All right, let's check the chat real quick. Diogenes or a featherless biped? See, I don't even know what stem that. Are you asking me which one, like, I'd rather have around? I'm not sure. What's the question? Which one would I rather fuck? That's a different one. Which one would I rather read Greek with? Probably Diogenes. Ah, okay, gotcha. Let's see what we got going on here. Wait. After leaving from there, Jesus knew. Cat, what are you doing here? This is the other cat. The other cat's here now. Hello. What are you complaining about something? After leaving from there, Jesus knew, and the crowds, or many crowds, followed him. Let's take a look at this, right? I can't imagine this is a big change. This is many crowds. Can't imagine there's a big change here. Yeah, some just say many, others just say crowds. Yeah, some just say many, others just say crowds. So, like the many or just crowds, yeah. But they are weirdly adopting a, usually they split it, right? I mean, I guess it would explain both readings, right? But yeah, they're unsure on whether or not crowds there is an original reading, which is why it's in parentheses. And they healed everyone. They healed all of them, I guess. Or yeah. Hi, cat. What's wrong? You got a problem? I think you got a problem. You got a mushkila? Yeah, and he healed them all. He ordered them not to make it known. Right, this is the Messianic secret. Is this? I think this might be is this the first appearance of the Messianic secret here? I actually forget. This is actually something I'm going to note in my commentary. Not for like a textual note, but just something to get back to, right? This is a pretty big theme for most of Matthew. Not for all of it. But for most of Matthew, the Messianic secret is a pretty big deal. So I'm just going to write that and highlight it for later. Let's see. Cat, no. Oh, man, he always does this stupid shit. He tears shit up too. I swear, he just cannot stay off the desk. Like, it doesn't actually matter how high I make, like, my stack of books. He will still jump onto them. And I'm like, could you not? Like, because he will, like, start, like, biting them. And I don't know how to make him stop, because I'm pretty sure this other one has pica or some shit. Like, he just loves to eat things he's not supposed to eat. If I have a plastic bag, he will try to eat the plastic bag. think he's eating actual food now, which is good, but I don't really know what to do with him sometimes. He'll be back. Relax, chat. He loves attention. Let's see. Right. Order them to make it known. Yeah, he ordered them so that they would not. Well, so this is. Okay. This is in order to like not like bring it to light, I guess, but yeah, make it known is fine. And I think this little note here means that these words are switched. They're transposed. Not a big deal. So verse 17. Oh yeah, in order to fulfill the things spoken through Isaiah the prophet, everything seems fine there. Saying, right. So this is the actual quotation from, what is it here? Isaiah. Wait, do I have this noted? No, I don't. No, yeah, I do actually. Yeah. This is Isaiah 42. Okay, he's back. Ugh, God damn it. Ugh. Here he is. The annoying little shit that keeps tearing everything up. He has absolutely no regard for anything other than himself. He's a big boy too. He's a big boy. And he just wants all the attention. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Yeah, I know. Are you gonna stay off of my everything? Loves tearing shit up too. You got a problem. I wouldn't say that, Matthew. I wouldn't say that. Mm. Yeah, like, I keep finding scratch marks on all my books. Are you gonna calm down? Are you calm yet? I don't think you're calm. You look like you're freaking out. Are you gonna let me get back to work? This is what things are like, by the way. Anytime I try to get any work done, there's always something in this house, I swear. Always something. Yes, you're a good boy. Now get the fuck out of here. Alright, I'm putting you down. Let go of me. No. Let go of me. Let go. Let go my ego. Come on. Okay, are you ready? Damn it. Okay. He also sheds a bunch. The other one does not shed this much. You can go anywhere. Just don't hop on all of my stuff. I use that stuff. No, I know he just wants attention. I know that. But it's a problem he needs to learn. I mean, he doesn't understand schedules, so I guess I can't blame him. I had to put my books up high to keep my youngest from getting to them. You see, they'll find a way. They will always find a way. Like, if I put them any higher, I won't be able to get to them. You know, he kind of is like a dog in some ways. Except a lot more meowy. Go anywhere else, dude. Calm down. Go over there. Go over there. Go over there. Go over there. Okay. Relax. Relax. See, where the hell was I even? This is what happens. Every single time I'm working, and these motherfuckers bother me in some way, I'm like, where was I? And then I just don't even remember anymore. Yes, okay. This quotation. Right, this quotation. So I'm just gonna read what I already have here. Behold my child whom I chose, my beloved in whom my soul is well pleased. I will place my spirit upon him, and he will announce judgment to the nations. He will, well, is it nations here? I actually forget. Upon him, and he will pronounce judgment. I guess it could be nations, but Gentiles, right? This is where we get like the word ethnic from, like ethnos. So it, like, you can understand as nations because those are like the that is the term that is used for all of Israel's enemies historically, but I think it's usually translated as Gentiles. So I don't know if I should go with nations or Gentiles. But either way. He will not quarrel. Oh, hold on. Yeah, he will not quarrel nor shout. No one will hear his voice in the streets. He will not break a reed that has been bent. He will not put out a smoldering wick until he throws out. So this is where I guess I should change something. He will. Where was it? Yeah, until he throws out the judgment to victory, and the nations will hope in his name. So here's just my note for this so far. In verse 20, where it does literally say, he throws out, ekbale, he throws out the judgment to victory. Ekbale es nikos. Throws out into victory. So in the Septuagint, it's a very interesting idiom, right? So in the Septuagint, this is used to mean successfully. But in Isaiah 42, 1 through 4, which this is quoting, the Septuagint uses ekphero, which means bring out. So because of this change for ekbalo, throw out, Matthew is bringing a much more emphatic feel to the text. So Jesus will throw the judgment or justice successfully, meaning you will not hear of his works until judgment is thrown out on the people, instead of being brought out. So he changes it slightly. Oh shit, Matthew 12 is long. Fuck this. I don't have time for all this. Maybe better if I'm not explaining everything though. You know what? I think with that, I'll probably just cut it off there. So I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna keep doing streams like this. It incentivizes me to um, to keep working on this commentary, right? But it's also harder to do shows alone because I have to both talk and work. So it's harder on one hand, but it's also like a reason for me to actually do it and concentrate. But either way, I hope you guys learned something, even if it's something small. I hope you guys learned it. I don't know. I'm not here to teach you Greek, but I am here to at least go over some manuscript variations. Yeah, Matthew, I'm glad you enjoy these. It's at least something. Maybe it's something that is just nice in the background. Hopefully, people enjoy it to some degree. It. I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but it's better than nothing. I think. I will be doing some more significant stuff, right? Like I mentioned at the top of the stream, that I'm going to be going over the Galatians slash, not Galatians, sorry, the wait, I guess it would be Galatian, but it'll be a different spelling, because we're talking about Galatius, the Pope. Galatian, I guess Galatian, slash Damascene decree, and the Council of Rome in 382. The sources on that are very, very shaky. So if you've heard stuff about the Council of Rome being where they decided canon, you're gonna have to think twice. Really, really shady arguments for that, actually. So I'm gonna be doing quite a deep dive into it. But that's in the agenda for the near future. Hopefully you guys enjoy that stuff that's coming out. I also want to. I'm also going to be doing the response series to a lot of shit that PragerU puts out about the Bible. So if you guys have more videos you want to have me react to, I guess, even though I don't like reaction content, but PragerU is apparently poised to replace PBS, the public broadcasting service, which is crazy. So I think they kind of need to be responded to in every way we can respond to them. So that is also in the plan. So either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys learned something. I'm gonna get back to. Yeah, I agree, Ryan Prager. You fuck those guys. Hopefully you guys learned something. I'm gonna work on something. I don't know whether it be this for a little bit more, some other video. I don't know yet. But either way, I'm glad that I'm happy everyone joined me for as long as they did. So I guess I will see you all in the Discord. I'll see you later. Have a